Hello Reformers and welcome to a special feature of Next Up Hero. Now Next Up Hero is in closed beta at the moment, but it is coming out very soon to Steam, so if you'd like, you can add this game to your wishlist and be notified when it comes out. Now as is the case with special features, full disclaimer, I am not being paid to make this video. Anyway, a little bit about Next Up Hero. This is a very unique game, and I wasn't quite sure I understood it even, but when you die, you'll leave behind an echo of your hero on the battlefield. The next hero in line will be able to resurrect your echo as an AI battle companion. Now, this is driven by Community Continue. That is the system that the developers are using. And basically, it's inspired by friends taking turns at the arcade to beat unfairly difficult games, and designed so beating a session is a shared victory and more fun than playing on your own. Now, you can choose from 9 different heroes with an assortment of weapons and abilities and all kinds of amazing things, so I'm not entirely sure what to make of this, to be honest, but it is actually made and created by the developers of Scribblenauts, or at the very least, by one of them, by the co-founder, I suppose. So we are going to continue and play. And this is where we get to choose our hero. I've been playing as Widget because I personally just feel like he is really good. I like him a lot. But you can choose between all kinds of different heroes right here. Do bear in mind this is obviously the closed beta, so not everything is going to be, you know, in the final game. Things are subject to change, etc. But all of these characters have different abilities, different ways to attack, as you can see by all of the different descriptions here. Now I'm going to play as Widget just because I know a little bit more about him, and well, maybe I'll do reasonably well. Anyway, as you can see here, we do have the ability to have abilities. Yeah, so you can choose abilities to equip. Now, unfortunately, I haven't unlocked any of these as far as I'm aware. I have tried to select some of these, but as you can see, 5% chance to stun on attack, active chance on button press. I unfortunately don't have any of these unlocked at the moment, but what you can do is you can pick up these little sprites when you are in the levels, and those sprites will contribute to unlocking it as far as I'm aware. So otherwise, you have these things called Ancients. And Ancients, basically what they are pretty strong allies, I guess you could say. And they do something, I'm not entirely sure what. I went through the tutorial, and the Ancient that I summoned was this one, I believe. It was really powerful. You need an echo of blue and yellow, and that obviously means, you know, previous people that have died in the level. Anyway, we're going to go through and I'll try and show you what I mean. Alright, so I played this one right here, Enrod's Simple Tundra Trek. I played this one, I got about 40 kills, and well, unfortunately no one else is attempting to pick this up, so unfortunately we will not be able to continue here. As you can see, the session is unavailable. I'm unsure whether if I would change my hero, whether I could go in again, but I think it would be nice to start off from somewhere that we haven't actually seen before, so I think we're probably going to do this one. So let's go in here. You are the 10th player to play this session. Level 3 is the furthest level that has been reached. Alright, so that's the goal. You have to get as far as possible, also to eliminate enemies, of course. So here's my little guy. He is Widget. He has a rather wonderful ability that I've actually just gotten used to using, and hopefully I'll be able to show you exactly what I mean if we are actually going to find some of these guys. There we go. Okay, now they're going to throw things at us, which is, they're actually quite damaging, these things, the things that they actually throw at you, so you need to be a bit careful. There we go. Yes. Oh, okay. What? Oh, there's an echo. Excellent. There you go. So we actually revived someone, and now they're going to come around with us, heal us, and hit enemies for us. Now we have one green echo, and that obviously will mean that we'll be able to summon an Ancient relatively soon, hopefully. There we go. Yes. Yes, okay, okay. Not doing too badly. We can hopefully summon this echo here. There we go. Alright, so we now have... Oh, there's another one over there. Fantastic. I'm being hit a little bit. Oh, careful. Careful. I really, really like the ability that this guy has. It's really quite powerful if you know how to use it. Obviously, I'm still learning. So obviously I'm a little bit inexperienced when it comes to using this particular ability, but I personally feel like it is one of the most powerful because you can stay kind of indirectly out of combat. There you go, we've got another one. We have 2 greens and 1 yellow. Take them out, there we go. And as you can see, the enemies will randomly drop these little icons, these little sprites. And those sprites can be used to unlock abilities as far as I'm aware. Okay, come on, we can do it. We can take them down. There we go. Okay, I keep thinking the echoes are enemies actually, but I just need to get used to that. In my previous foray into a level, there were no echoes because I think there was only one person that had played beforehand. And unfortunately I couldn't find that person's corpse. Yeah, it's a bit morbid, isn't it? It's a bit morbid. It's like, oh, I'm gonna pick up their corpse and use it to fight the enemies. Yes, it's like I'm some sort of necromancer. Ah, here we go. Yes, give me that. Okay, so we have 3 greens and 1 yellow at the moment. Oh, there we go. They're actually helping. They're helping quite nicely, actually. Go get him! Chase after him! Yes! Oh yeah, by the way, oh my. I literally almost died. That would have been pretty disappointing, wouldn't it? Pretty disappointing. Okay, come on. Yeah, we need to be careful of those. Those are self-destructing enemies that will kill you very, very quickly if you allow them to. I need to be a bit careful here. Thankfully, these trees, what they'll do is they'll kind of get stuck in a kind of firing position, and you'll have then a bit of a chance to, well, attack them, I suppose. Come on, let's kill them. Okay, now, oh, I got hit by that. That's not good. That is not good at all. Oh my. Okay, so now here's the, okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so yes, previously, the only reason I would have died in a particular level was because of these spikes that one of the enemies leaves on the floor when they die, or when they just move around in general. As you can see here, this is the one that leaves spikes behind. As you can see, it's periodically leaving spikes behind. Now, these spikes, I thought they were invisible. I thought you wouldn't be able to see them very easily. But apparently, you can see them. It really just depends on the little tips of the spikes poking through the ground. So you can actually see them. So, yeah, it's my bad. I thought you couldn't see them initially. I thought you had to remember where the spikes got spawned, or I thought maybe the spikes spawned where they died or something like that. But no. Seems it's a bit easier. A bit easier than I thought. Yeah, those are cloners, by the way. Those are cloning enemies, so what they'll do is they'll try and gravitate towards enemies that are nearby, and they will try to basically make themselves into those enemies. So you then have multitudes of the same enemy attacking you, which is really quite powerful. And when you get close to completing a particular level by killing all of the enemies in it, you get one of these counters that tells you how many... Oh, I almost died. I literally almost died. Yes, that tells you when you are close to death. Okay, so now I can summon an ancient. Shall we do that? Maybe. Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay, so I didn't summon an ancient. What I did instead, well, I think I may have summoned an ancient, but what I did instead was consume some of my echoes to heal myself. I've obviously, as I said, not actually done anything with echoes ever before, so it's all new to me. It's all new to me. Anyway, let's just see if I can take this out. There we go. Thank you. And we still have 1 echo, so obviously that is helping us quite a bit, because you never know. Maybe we're going to come across a couple of other echoes, and maybe we'll be able to use them as well. Now, of course, this is not the only kind of playstyle that you can employ in this game. You can play as any number of different archetypes. I'm playing kind of an engineer kind of character right now, but you can play as a ninja, you can play as a warrior with a standard sort of sword and shield, you can play as a boomerang specialist, you can play as a... well, I think you can... well, I don't even know. You can play as... probably a wizard. I mean, I haven't really seen anything more about the various types because I've just literally been playing Widget. I personally feel like he's really fun to play, but that's just me. Okay, yep. Get a void. Get a void. Yes, get a void. Yes, get avoided, I suppose. Oh, there's someone. Thank you very much. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we now can summon another ancient. I'm not entirely sure what this one does. Ooh, maybe we should summon it now. Let's summon it now and see what happens. Ooh, there we go. I don't know what that does. Oh, we've got a shield. We've got a shield for 1 minute. I don't know what that does. Does it prevent me from taking damage? Maybe? I'm not entirely sure. I don't really want to give it a try because I don't really want to take damage if I can help it. So if I get hit, I get hit. But if the shield is on me to reduce damage or something like that, then that's really nice. Okay, so these guys are just going to run over here. Now, you'll be able to see their cloning. Yeah, they just cloned themselves into all of these. Oh, no. Okay. Bit worrying. Bit worrying. Yeah, I think we have invulnerability. I think that is invulnerability because it seems like I'm not taking any damage from the enemy's charges. So, wow, that's a pretty strong ancient right there. Having a minute of invulnerability is really, really powerful. So I'm happy with that. There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay. Oh, we got another echo here. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, we've only got 3 enemies remaining. These are the 3 enemies. Awesome. All right. Done. All right, so we killed every single enemy on this level. And now, what do we do, you ask? Well, there is a teleport to the next level. By the way, these levels are all randomly generated, so you're never going to experience the same one again. And, well, of course, you have all kinds of different enemies and things like that. And if you die, you can, of course, change your hero and play with something else if you so desire. And so far, everything is playing really, really nicely. I have not had any frame drops or anything like that. It's playing at a constant 60 FPS, which is fantastic. It's really nice. And hopefully I'm going to be able to survive a little bit longer to show a little bit more of the game to you. Now, these little yellow things that I'm picking up right here, that is prestige. Now, prestige doesn't really do much with the exception of you being able to buy customizations for your hero. Now, of course, because this is beta, the customizations are relatively limited at the moment, but you can get recolors. So you basically change the color of your hero for 1,000 prestige. And I'm sure there's probably going to be many more customizations that I haven't actually explored yet. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool to see what they come up with, in my opinion. So let's just see if I can deal with these. There we go. And let's hopefully not get myself killed. Yeah, Widget is a little bit difficult to handle when you first start playing him because he's completely stationary when he starts attacking. He's got to wind up his little contraption there, so that's pretty difficult to use initially, at least for me. So let's just see if I can, there we go. There we go, yes. Now the cool thing about him is that you can actually use that contraption to attack around corners, basically, because they will obviously follow you. You know, the enemies will follow you because they want to kill you. And you can use your contraption as kind of a trap, you know, because the trap is in the name, you know, contraption. So, you know, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I like it quite a bit. Okay, so let's just pick up all of that. Alright, now my aim at the moment is to get to a level past 3 if I can, because the last person to play this, or the shall we say, the player that has gotten the furthest in this game has gotten to level 3, in this particular session, should I say. So let's just avoid the spikes if at all possible. I actually did get hit by 2 sets of spikes. That's why I lost a lot of HP. Not particularly happy with that, to be honest. I think maybe the spikes could be a little bit more visible, but I think that's on purpose, because in the game trailer, in the game description on Steam, it basically says you're gonna die. You're gonna die, and you are gonna die. You know, that's just the nature of the game. But if I can help it, I'm gonna hopefully not die. So let's just see if I can. Oh yeah, stealthy I was actually hoping that I'd be able to deal enough damage to that tree before I even got into range. There we go. There we go. Nice, nice. Alright, so enemies remaining, only 16. That should be fine. We're going to continue searching for them. Oh yeah, by the way, you don't even have to kill all the enemies to go to the next level. So I'm just doing that because I'm a bit of a completionist when it comes to enemies remaining counters, and you know, I'm not a completionist by any means when it comes to achievements and stuff, but when it's like enemies to kill, I actually quite like that. I don't know why, but I kind of like killing enemies and getting them done and clearing the whole level out. I personally find that quite enjoyable, but yeah, it's not everyone's cup of tea, of course. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I love the explosion. I love the explosion, and we can stay completely out of harm's way. There's the gate. I suppose I could just go in there. It's not really necessary for me to do any more, but I don't know. I think I might do a little bit more, because there's only 4 more enemies remaining, and they're going to be around here somewhere. There they are. Well, there's one of them at the very least. There we go. Nice. And, you know, even though this game is pretty tense and pretty frantic and hectic a little bit, it kind of relaxes me somewhat. And I'm not entirely sure why that is, but I think maybe it's just, I don't know, the soundtrack is quite nice. The art style is pretty cool. And, you know, in general, I'm just running around and blowing stuff up. Maybe if you play a different character, maybe it wouldn't be as chilled out. But anyway, I'm just gonna leave those 3 enemies because I can't really be bothered to try and find them. You know, so much for being a completionist when it comes to killing, at least. But yeah, anyway, we've reached level 3, so we've done as well as the other players, I guess, or player that reached this far. And we're gonna try and see if we can get to level 4, maybe. So let's see if I can find a couple of enemies here. Maybe I'll be able to find... Oh, okay, hello. Oh my, that's not good. Yeah, I can only use one at a time, by the way, so I need to wait for one of them to explode before I set the other one off. So obviously I can't just, you know, set off a bunch of these exploding doodads and then have them explode and do massive damage. There we go. There we go. Alright, nice. Okay, so the reason why I went over here and didn't pick up this prestige immediately is because I wanted the spikes that they leave behind to despawn, because they do actually despawn after a couple of seconds. So if you're worried about stepping on them and if you can't see them because of poor eyesight, like me, then you can, you know, you can just wait for them to disappear a little bit. There we go. Give me that. Give me that. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Hopefully that's going to reach. Yeah, nice. And then we can just kill those 3 and just kill the last one. There we go. Oh, and I went on the spikes. Oh, yeah, if you remember. Yeah, see, that's exactly my point. Gave you a tip about the despawning spikes, and then as soon as I give you the tip, I'm just like, yeah, let me just forget. Let me just forget about those spikes and kill myself on them. Yes, exactly. Oh yeah, by the way, and this is not the only ability that this guy has. He has a special ability as well, or a secondary ability in this case, and I'm not entirely sure what it is because I've never used it, hilariously enough. Yeah, it's probably a good idea that I use it, so I'm going to use it against these. Oh, cool. It's a shotgun cannon thing. That's cool. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. Did it get killed? Or did it just last like 5 seconds or something? I think it only lasted about 5 seconds. No, stay away from me, little fluffy thing that wants to give me a hug. Yeah, there you go. All right, I think we're pretty good. Okay, let's place one of those down. Yeah, there we go. I could have actually started using this a long time ago. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Yeah, that's exactly my own fault right there. I really should explore the abilities a little bit more. But I'm just, I don't know, it was just working, you know, the little explodey thing was working pretty nicely, so it wasn't particularly necessary for me to go with anything else, but, yeah, I should have really done a little bit more of exploring with the various buttons that you can press. Oh yeah, also, if you would like, you can play this with a keyboard. I'm, at the moment, playing it with a controller, because that's what they recommend, and if you have a controller, you can. But obviously if you don't, then the keyboard controls are perfectly adequate, I would assume, because they've just added those literally a day ago, actually. So that's pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Oh, no, that's gonna kill me. There we go. Okay, this guy, oh yeah, my cannon is out of range, unfortunately. It seems to have a pretty short range, unfortunately, but, well, I guess that's just how it is. Oh, and I got killed by the tree. I got killed by the tree. Can you believe it? Oh, well, there you go. I killed 137 enemies, gained 416 prestige, and 8 echoes were raised. So at least now we do get to see a little bit of what we can do next. So I can favorite this session if I so desire. I favorited it, and we can also change hero. So I'm going to change hero to Rook. I personally feel like Rook is a really cool character. I played her in the tutorial a little bit. There we go. And so I'm playing as a different hero this time. So if we go to, for example, this one, we cannot join with the new hero. But as you can see, we almost beat the top kills. We did actually a pretty decent job. Not bad at all. Now, if you wanted to, you can actually watch other people play. So shall we actually go in and watch? Shall we watch this person struggle like we have? Because this is actually a much more difficult level than the one that we've just played. Oh, they're fighting against a big boss. Was that a big boss? Yeah, I think that was a big boss that they just killed. And there's a bunch of echoes in here as well. This is a much more difficult level, as you can no doubt see. Ooh, this is cool though. This is actually really nice because you actually get to see Rook in action. This is Rook right here that the current player is playing as. I personally feel like, is this Rook? I think this is Rook. It looks like Rook, and it looks like the same kind of abilities that she had. So yeah, that's pretty cool to see that in action. Oh yeah, I should also mention that there are special abilities as well, but I obviously forget to use those because I'm just really good, you know. Not obviously, but yeah, it's pretty cool to see. Wow, this is a very good player. As you can see, this is a very good player, because did you see those dodge mechanics right there? That was crazy. That was really crazy, because wow, they were just dodging in and out of that massive enemy's attacks and not taking any damage. Well, maybe taking damage, I don't know. I don't think I can see the health bar at the moment, but that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. This is a 3-star, by the way. This is a 3-star session, and I was playing a 1-star, so you can imagine the difficulty increase that you would otherwise be facing. This person has obviously been playing for a little bit longer than I have, but it's really cool to see someone that is actually proficient at the game. Avoid it! Go! Run! Yeah, well, you know what you're doing. Yes, definitely knows what you're doing. Anyway, there you go. That will be the little special feature that I made on, on Next Up Hero. It's, in my opinion, really fun, and, well, even if you're a little bit skeptical, just add it to your wish list on Steam and see what happens when it comes out, because I think this is really enjoyable. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.